Hi, my name is Miss Douthit, and I teach multimedia tech at Nowlin Middle School to 7th and 8th grade. And this is our first day of virtual learning for the multimedia elective. Did you know there is a lot of math behind creating graphics, which is a kind of media? Have you ever wondered how they create sprites in your video games, cartoon characters, the packaging on your talkies, or logos for Xbox One or people like Nike? Well, those all have to do with vector graphics. So what exactly is a vector? Let's take a look. A vector is a mathematical formula for creating data. Don't worry, we're not going to be doing any math, but using vectors were made popular by this man right here, Pierre Bezier. He was an engineer who came up with the idea that the formulation of a curve to represent a 3D car body form could be shown on a computer. We'll learn more on him later, but because vectors are mathematical, they can create really nice graphics represented by little points that can be scalable. Scalable just means that they can be resized without losing detail or quality. You can also find out more on your own about Bezier here and here. Making vector graphics is a great skill to have. So let's get started. First, you're going to open your browser and we're going to go to vectr.com, or you can click on the link that is right here. You also will want to take a look at the glossary and tool sheet. This is where you can identify the tools that we're going to go over today and in future lessons. When we're done, you will go on to the next slide, which has a little bit of practice for you. So when I click on that, you will arrive at this page, and you are going to click the green button right here in the middle of the screen. It might take a second to load, but this is what you'll see. You can ignore this little part at the bottom. You don't need to sign up or save your work today. We are just going to be practicing. So we are going to do a quick overview of our tools. Our main tools over here on the left side of the screen. If you hover over the various tools, you'll notice that the name of that tool shows up. So we have a rectangle tool, a rounded rectangle tool, an ellipse or a circle, a path tool, also known as the pen tool, a pencil tool that is also a freeform tool, the text tool, uploading more images tool, so if you search up pictures on the internet, and a more shapes tool. To create, we're going to select a tool that we want to use and then come out here to drag and use that tool. You'll notice that when I drag that tool out, it now has handlebars around it to allow me to resize it, to rotate it, or move it anywhere on the page that I want to. That is the way the rounded rectangle works, as well as the ellipse tool. If I use a tool and I just click out on my board, it will make that shape in a default size. I can always resize it. If I hold the Shift key down, it will resize that image in proportion. You'll also notice that this circle is in front of the rectangle, and that's because I made it after I made the rectangle. However, this can be changed as well. This program puts all objects in its own layer. If I look over here, you can see that the rectangle is below the ellipse. But if I click and drag up, I can make the rectangle be above. Now let's take a look at the path tool. This is also known as the pen tool. The pen tool creates a series of dots in the path that I create by clicking. I can also click and drag and make my path a curved one. This is called the Bezier curve, just like the guy that we were talking about. Now let's take a look at the pencil tool. The pencil tool is a freeform tool that allows me to draw freehand as if you are drawing with an actual pencil. With this tool, you can see that my shape is smoother, but also a little more unrefined. Over here, before we leave, I'm going to choose this rectangle, and you'll notice that when I do have a shape that I get a menu over here on the right side as well. This is called the filters. Filters do things such as change the background or the color of something. I have a color picker. I can change the color of that rectangle to whatever I want. We can also change the border color or the outline color. We can add shadows. We can also change the opacity of an object, meaning how transparent, by sliding to the left. This is all for today. So what I would like for you to do is go back to your practice page, download the glossary and tool sheet, or access it through Google Docs. And on the next slide, there are also some questions for you as you are exploring the tools that I just showed you in the video. Remember, you don't need to save your work, and I will see you for the next lesson where we will learn gradients, paths, and images. Have fun!